Hi folks. Right, one for you. As you know, I make up my rural scenes. I prefer to let it develop itself, really. But I want to go sky. I always start with the sky. That sort of gets you in the mood. That's Griffin there. So my usual palette of cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, Payne's grey, yellow pale, cadmium yellow pale, and yellow ochre. It's my basic palette. Well, that's my palette. Just get some paints in. I want to try and put a large tree in here with this meadowy type scene. I think texturing is quite neglected, really. I know Stuart Davis goes into it, as do I. But it's very important, and what I think makes my paintings flatter to deceive is the use of these worn-out brushes. I mean, that one's crooked. Where are we? There. But it doesn't matter. It gives all these worn-out bristles a life of its own. Look, you can tamp with that or stipple. I've got loads of them now. These two, you wouldn't think twice about a brush like that. You just sling it, but when you see what they can do with the texture, you'll be surprised, pleasantly surprised. Fairly low horizon. It's the skies I like. Right. Let's get a cloth. Mustn't forget to drink my cup of tea. There we are. Well, the world at the moment is on a knife edge, isn't it? Right, now I'm going to put in some trees. I'll use this flat. I think it's flat long flat. Well, it's not that long, is it? That's a long flat there. But I like this brush. It's a Winsor & Newton brush. Winton, long flat, lovely brush, and I clean up all my brushes afterwards with fairy liquid, washing up liquid. It gets the oil paint out of your jeans, sleeves, brilliant stuff, and oil just. I always put a bit of squeeze a bit of the liquid on here, and rub it in my hand. And water, I've got some hot water as well. And then you clean the brush, your hands get clean, and your brush stays nice and soft. So there we are. So I'm going to use a bit of liquid, get a bit of a Add a bit of warm in there. Try to get a nice shape for your tree. We'll go back over that. Keeps plenty of air in the trees. Let's have a bit of that. Okay. We could put in some filigree in that if we want to, like a bit of ochre and a bit of white. I'll go back with a rig or something over these twigs. And now I'm going to go back to that sky. We'll put a bit of blue in. Let's have a bit of red in there, a bit of this, that and the other. Clouds aren't white, they look white till you hold a sheet of white paper up against them. You'll see just how much colour there is in them. I can make do with this palette for most of my landscapes. I'm used to it. I'm used to all the mixes that those colours make. You could have different red. You can have vermilion or light red. Not light red as in watercolour, or oils. Light red. There's a tube of light red. It's a very deep red, but goes pink when you mix it with white. It's a lovely colour. I'm not sure I've got enough. Need plenty of dark in this here. We've got the light on the outside of it. It looks a bit like a lollipop, doesn't it? But we can change all that. Look, I'm just trying to get some light in this to counter change against the dark. Catch a bit of light, then we'll go back to that. I want to just get some cloudy stuff, bit of red. Just adding some nice shadow. I'm running out of space on here. Touch, just a touch. Try and soften that. This brush is not a great softener, but because it's a quite hard bristle, but there we are. We can bring the tree over to that. Right, well, I think we've got enough sort of... ooh, that's too much. No, we'll use that. I'll leave that as it is for a moment, for a while. Let's get in some trees in the background. So I'll get my tree brush. So my yellow, usually red, blue, yellow, more blue. There's a bit of Payne's grey in there, but so it's a nice rich. I remember a while ago I did Seago's tree from a photograph in one of my books on Seago, and I gave it to a friend. I know it's gone to a good home. Payne's grey is very, very good mixer with a lot of colours, so I use it, and it's a good shortcut to a very dark green. Mixed with ultramarine, you can get some beautiful blue-grey, cool clouds, all sorts of things. It's lovely. So I'm going to use just a bit of that, because I want dark here, because I'm going to put in the marsh grass. Got a bit of yellow in here. Also yellow green. It's a beautiful day in London. It's lovely and cool, but beautiful. Good winter's day. Okay, don't like that. Plenty of red in that mix. No, I'm better with a stipple brush, I think, or with one of my worn out brushes. By the time I put in some trunks and stuff, it'll should make sense. Right, now we're going to the old stipple. Oh, I haven't drunk my tea. I had a lovely bike ride yesterday with the lads. Well, all three of us. My turn to buy the coffees at Merton Abbey, or tea, coffee and tea. I have tea. I'll get a new cleaner rag. Now, what I don't like is the shape of that one now. It's as if I'm making a bit of space for it, but fine, let's go and get out. Well, when that dries off a bit, I'll finish that off a bit. Right, okay, bit of liquid. This is a 3mm MDF. Somebody asked me if it warps. I've not ever had the 3mm warp, especially when it's locked in a frame. But you can you just put them straight in a frame. But if you want, you can stick them to another piece of MDF, make it pretty stable. I've never had to. Just want some simple grass. Look, we put a shadow under there, and if you like, you can put a pond in if you want. Try and just brighten it up a bit. Put some white with the yellow ochre. And we can go over that with some Oh, bit of burnt umber, burnt sienna. I might even develop this one into a balance. You know. Oh, that's not cadmium yellow, that's chrome yellow. Turner's favourite yellow, I believe. Right, bit of ochre, touch of liquid. I was also asked about, well, you know, I suggested that liquid smells, well, my nose doesn't work very well, but I don't use a lot of it anyway. I'd have to get that near to it, about 3 inches, before I can smell it. But that cough is COPD. It's not a Omicron cough or anything. Right, we'll put some rough stuff in there now. Got a bit of a I'm trying not to go too close to the edge because it won't stick in the frame, because I've got some little pins underneath the painting to keep the wet paint off of the frame itself. Oh, look. Right, a little bit more dark green in here. Right, okay. I'll take this tree. So what the brushes can do. Right, I've had a little bit of, I've got to do this bit here, haven't I? I'll use another brush for that. That bit in there. Okay, so we've painted around that. Now, go for some rigor. I'll drink some tea. I'm getting quite attached to this palette, so I'm going to have to clean it off. Because I think it's just a bit too small to build up a great dry impasto underneath that some artists seem to prefer. But a bit of dark green. I'm just going to move the palette over because I'm getting my fingers in the way. So I get my fingers out of the way, then I can rest on the board then. Right, let's just using a bit of that liquid just to melt the paint, soften the paint. It's quite difficult painting over liquid, a soft. But it's starting to open up a taking longer to do this now. Right, let's get a nice light ochre white. gone a bit too big there. Oh dear, nothing going wrong here. Go back to that in a minute. Let's take some of that out. No, I don't like that little bit. Let's take that out. Take that bit out there. Right, stipple. Nice yellow. A little bit more of that cadmium, that chrome yellow out, so we can get a bit of realistic leafage there. I don't know how much those artist quality tubes cost. Right, now we'll go back and get just a little bit of a dark. Make sure the bristles are. Well, this rigger comes to a chisel end, but I've thinned it out by stroking like that. Okay, well, it's can't be losses there. It's just a little bit of filigree, just a bit of greeny stuff up here. Putting these little slopes in opens the tree up. Okay, well we'll put a little bit of red in there. So, poppies. The reason I put the red in it counter changes against the green. So it's the wrong colour for poppies, I know that. Let's put a bit of white, just to lighten it a bit. We'll put some cow parsley. And under there, that tree, we need a little bit of shadow. Okay, well I think we'll let that go. I think we can just soften some of that. Okay, I'll put that in the mount. Take that off. Barry S told me how to fix a shiny surface to a board, like the MDF. No, you just put the tabs on the back with the adhesive side upwards, and then you go across and stick it to the board. It's so simple. Yeah, I never tweaked it. But Barry did, so I'm ever grateful for that. I don't really use it on the back of paper unless it was prime, but I prefer to. Unless if I'm painting an oil painting on the watercolor paper, I just put a piece of inch masking tape around the edge. So it looks nice if it's not in the frame, or it looks nicer than it would have done. Right, okay, now use these brushes and well, there it is. We'll put it there. I'll let's put it there. Well, that's okay there. It's okay. Not enough contrast in there really, so let's do a bit of stipple in there. Well, there we are. We've got a great big tree and a few brushes to go and clean up. So I'll see you soon. Hope you like this one, folks. Tree in the middle, in the meadow. Maybe I could just bring bring these down. Let's bring these into the nearer the foreground. That should be a bit bigger than. Oh, it's got a little bit of light. See how I'm fiddling around with it now. That's the death of most oil paintings, or watercolours as well. Okay, well, I'm going to let that go before I really go over the top of it and totally ruin it. I hope you like the bits that you like, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.